everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Books and Banter, your Medina Library's video blog as to what the experts are reading. My name is Eric Lucius. I'm a librarian here in Medina on just a crazy morning. I gotta be honest with you. This is the third take of the episode. So I need to come up with a little chart so I can follow along. The first episode, there's a technical difficulty. The second take just did not go well. I felt like I was just babbling on for a while. Not that I babble enough already. So I wanted to kind of tighten it up a little bit and work on my shtick here. So today I have come prepared with a prop. This is a little checklist to make sure that I'm giving you the information that I want to. So the very first thing is name. Check. Eric Lucius. I give myself about a C on usually saying my name, so that's excellent. All right, let's get right into it. So here. Continuing with our series of books that blew us away, and we were trying to bring in some guest speakers, kind of fell through, so you get me again with book number 2. And today we are doing The Passage, Justin Cronin. So why did I like this? Why did it blow me away, according to my chart? It's big, it's epic, it's adventure, it's good versus evil, it's vampires, there's treachery, there's treason, there's great characters. It's a mashup of sci-fi and fantasy and horror and all those good things. There's times when you're reading this book that you want to put it down and just kind of absorb what you've read on. You can tell it's a big book. This is large print, clocks in about 1,000 pages. Regular print's still around 750. So it's a big book. So there's times that you just want to sit down and kind of absorb what you've just read. And there's other times you just want to pound through it because of the action, the excitement, and the suspense. So in short, epic. That's what this book has, and that's what I think a really good book that blows you away has to have. There's some just huge, something big about it, and not just the size of a book. I've read some 1,000-page books that are snoozers. This is not one of those. So that's why this is the book that blew me away. Stuff here. So the plot, it's kind of it's almost a typical post-apocalyptic kind of thriller setup in that. There's a virus or some type of mutation that's found, and some type of agency wants to do something good or evil with it, and it goes haywire and the world blows up. Kind of the same thing here, that kind of formulaic thing. In this case, it's a virus that's found out in South America that it's bats that are transferring it, and they find a scientist finds that these people that the bats have infected with this kind of get bat-like qualities. They get a little bit stronger, more agile, senses heightened. So in the passage here by Cronin, his take is that the U.S. government wants to weaponize this to create an army of super troopers. So they inject it into 12, remember that 12, because I'm going to come back to that. They inject into 12, and who they chose are 12 hardened criminal inmates, including one little girl. Her name is Amy, who also plays a big role in this, a 6-year-old girl. So it gets the serum does all the things that they thought it would. It get the agility and the strength. Also causes some psychic abilities and the bloodlust. So that's where the vampire tale comes in with this. And of course, it goes horribly wrong. They escape, and world as we know it is gone, out the door. And that's kind of the first part of the book. The second part of the book, the longer part of the book, jumps ahead 90 years into the future. I believe that the starting date on this is 2014, when they're experimenting with the criminals, the 12, if you will. We jump ahead 90 years in the future, and we find that FEMA had established some camps throughout the country for the survivors to kind of wait it out, wait for the army to fix things, to get rid of the virals, as they call the vampire creatures, and it doesn't happen. We kind of focus in on a compound in California where a group of survivors, they have like huge stadium lights and a generator that provides electricity. The lights are there to keep the virals away, because this is kind of a classic vampire novel. And one day, one of the folks there realizes that, hey, the batteries are going dead. We're going to lose lights. We're going to lose power. Also, Amy shows back up. Now she's only a 15-year-old girl, around 15. Now, remember, this is 90 years in the future, so it's like, hey, what's going on with her? That's where the real quest of this book, and this is where it becomes the epic journey, begins. When a group kind of bands together to figure out what Amy, what kind of role she plays. Can she help them save the world? And also, they want to go out and find other survivors and fix their compound. So that's kind of the movement of the story. So, why I liked it. Great characters. All the characters, there's no stock characters. You learn about the background. You learn about their fears and their emotions. Really, the only character that's not real developed, strange enough, is Amy, who I think will probably be the focus of the next couple books. This is a trilogy. This is the first in a trilogy. So I think Amy's character will be developed. there's an emotional connection you get with the characters. You feel their fear when they're fighting off the virals. When they're in unknown territory, you can feel it. You feel the love they have for each other. You feel the puzzlement they have as to what's going on in this world, that they have no idea of their surroundings. You feel their joy, you share in their excitement, you share in their victories, and you just kind of really feel the characters, what the characters are. As I mentioned, a classic vampire tale, and that's what Cronin wanted it to be. The vampires, like I said, the light, kind of, they're afraid of the light, very classic vampire stories. Also been called Twilight for adults, because there is no like teenage angst love with the vampires. They're hardcore, they're mean, and they don't like people at all. How he kind of develops, what he uses, his writing style, he uses essays, he uses emails, journal entries, things like that. Even history books from 1,000 years in the future to kind of move the story, which I found was very interesting. I like that part. The action, there's good action, but it's not over the top. To compare it to Matterhorn, the other book that I was talking about that blew me away, it's doled out nicely. You learn about the day-to-day life of the characters in the camp, and it's not always just fighting vampires. There's the lulls in the action. Just like in Matterhorn, it wasn't just the war novel. It wasn't just the battles. It was the day-to-day, the mundane aspects of life, and the boredom even. So that's what I liked about it. So, read-alikes. Who's going to like this book? Stephen King fans. It's been compared to The Stand because of its scope. Michael Crichton because of with the virus, kind of the medical technology aspect. And also Daniel Suarez, a couple episodes ago, I did his book Kill Decision. I would also get this book into fans of that type of techno thriller. As I mentioned, Twilight for adults. Hunger Games, if you liked Hunger Games, I think this kind of has a feel that you might enjoy this book. Folks that watch The Walking Dead, the TV series, I think you would like this as well. All kinds of good stuff like that. Wine, the most important thing. You're going to want a big, bold, chunky California red blend, something with a little Zinfandel, some Petit Syrah, some Petit Verdot, Grenache, all that good stuff. Look to Lodi, California, the area of Lodi. They do some wonderful wines there. They use different grapes, not near as expensive as Napa Valley, but the quality is good. The price point is wonderful. Gnarly Head, drawn a blank on their red blend. Get it for about $9.99 at any grocery store. A wonderful wine. Look to Lodi. So great book. Just another one I wanted to mention real quick. Neil Young, Heavy Peace. This is his autobiography. Very Neil Young-like if you're a fan of him like I am. Very stream of conscious. It doesn't really flow chronologically. He jumps around from what he's feeling in 2011, and then he'll tell stories of his 40-plus years in the music business. Talks a lot about family, friends, memories, cars, amps, all kinds of stuff like that. New album coming out, Psychedelic Pill, on October 30th. Also, Neil Young's Journey, Jonathan Demme movie, is also, I think, just released. Go ahead and pick this up. This is a great, great book. That was the other section. Commercial. Join us on every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 on Facebook, except Halloween. Mary hosts a book discussion group. We had one before. Great idea to get more titles and get some feedback on other books that you might be interested in. A couple other ones. Casual Vacancy, J.K. Rowling's book, adult book, is out. Another adult book from a kind of child author, if you will, R.L. Stine, Red Rain, perfect for Halloween. Get on the list for those books. There's a waiting list, I'll tell you right now, but you'll want to get on those lists. I think that's it. I covered everything. Thank you for bearing with me. I know it's a little bit longer episode, but I'm really excited about the books I got to talk about. So that's it. We will see you around the library.